I want to perform their favorite song, but you know they love the sue.
What song?
Yeah, that song.
That song?
Maybe I think about it.
Drake's silence speaks volumes, the calculated move behind Kendrick's Super Bowl victory lap. Yo, what's good? It's your boy back at Celeb Clope, and today we're diving deep into the coldest flex of a year, Kendrick Lamar turning the Super Bowl into his personal victory parade while Drake's out here playing chess while everybody thinks he's losing at checkers. And before we get into this, if you ain't already subscribed to Celeb Clope, what are you even doing? Hit that button right now because we're the only ones giving you the real, unfiltered breakdown of hip-hop's biggest moments. No cap. So picture this, the biggest stage in American sports, millions watching worldwide, and Kendrick Lamar steps out there and performs Not Like Us, the same track that's been tearing through the culture like wildfire, the same song that's got Drake's name written all over it in blood. Now here's where it gets interesting. Kendrick skipped that certified pedophile line, and yeah, we all know why. Drake's got lawyers breathing down Universal Music Group's neck with that lawsuit, and the NFL ain't about to let their squeaky clean Super Bowl halftime show turn into a legal battlefield. But make no mistake, even without that line, everybody knew exactly who Kendrick was talking about. The message was loud, clear, and brutal. Now here's what the streets are saying, and this is where it gets real complicated, real fast. Word is Drake was actually offered a spot at the Super Bowl, not as the headliner, but alongside Bad Bunny. And Drake turned it down. Let that sink in for a second. The man who's been at the top of the game for over a decade, the same dude who could sell out stadiums blindfolded, said no to the Super Bowl. His camp is saying he wanted Bad Bunny to have his moment, didn't want to steal shine from the Latin wave that's been taking over. That's the official story. But you know how this game works. Nothing is ever that simple. Some people are calling it a strategic retreat. Others are saying Drake's playing the long game, refusing to give Kendrick the satisfaction of a direct confrontation on that stage. If you're keeping score at home with Celeb Clope, and you better be subscribed because we're keeping all the receipts, this is classic Drake. He's never been the type to rush into the fire. He calculates, he waits, he strikes when you least expect it. Remember, back to back? Meek Mill thought he had the upper hand until Drake dropped that nuclear bomb and ended the whole conversation. But let's be real for a second. This ain't 2015, and Kendrick Lamar ain't Meek Mill. This is a completely different beast. Kendrick just swept the Grammys with the same song he used to destroy Drake's reputation. 5 Grammys, including Record of the Year and Song of the Year. That's not just a win. That's a cultural coronation. The industry just told the world who they're riding with, and it ain't the sixth god. That's gotta sting differently, you feel me? This isn't about bars anymore. This is about legacy, about who gets to write the history books when this era of hip-hop is done. Now, Drake's been on tour in Australia while all this is going down, and that's interesting timing in itself. He's thousands of miles away from the circus, doing his thing, making his money, keeping his head down. But don't get it twisted, he's been sending signals. During a show in Melbourne, he switched up the lyrics to Knife Talk, changing it to Beef is Live. Spoiler alert, I never died. That's not random. That's a message. That's Drake telling everyone who's watching that he's still here, still breathing, still ready to go whenever the time is right. And that's the thing about Drake that people keep forgetting. This man is a survivor. He's outlasted every single person who's tried to take his crown. He's weathered storms that would have ended lesser artists. Pusha T exposed his hidden child to the world, and Drake came back stronger. Meek Mill tried to call him out for ghostwriting, and Drake buried him. The pattern is always the same. People think he's down, think he's finished, and then he comes back with something nobody saw coming. But here's where we gotta keep it 100 no chaser. This Kendrick situation is different because Kendrick isn't just attacking Drake's credibility as an artist. He's attacking his character, his morality, the very foundation of who Drake presents himself to be. And when you're dealing with allegations that serious, that dark, that career-ending if they stick, silence starts to look a lot like surrender to the average viewer. The culture doesn't do patience like it used to. Social media wants immediate responses, instant gratification, real-time warfare. And Drake's giving everybody radio silence, while Kendrick's doing victory laps on the world's biggest stage. If you're just now tuning into Celeb Clope, make sure you hit that subscribe button because we're breaking down every angle, every move, every countermove in this chess match. This is history happening in real time, and you don't want to miss a single play. The real question everybody's asking is, what's Drake's next move? Does he drop a response track that addresses everything head-on? Does he take the high road and let his music speak for itself? Does he wait for Kendrick to slip up, to make a mistake, to give him an opening? Or does he do what he's been doing, stay on tour, stack his paper, and act like none of this bothers him? Because here's the thing about hip-hop beef in 2025. The rules have changed. It's not just about who has the better bars anymore. It's about public perception, about narratives, about who the culture decides to crown as the winner. And right now, if we're being completely honest, Kendrick's winning that battle by a landslide. Drake's team hasn't made any official statements about the Super Bowl performance, and that tells you everything you need to know about how they're approaching this. They're not feeding the fire. They're not giving the media more ammunition. They're playing it cool, calculated, controlled. But the clock is ticking, and eventually, silence stops being strategic and starts being weakness. The streets are watching, the culture is watching, and the whole world is waiting to see if Drake's got one more classic response in him, or if Kendrick Lamar just delivered the knockout blow that even the Sixth God can't recover from. That's it for today's breakdown here at Celeb Clope. If this video gave you that insider perspective you can't get anywhere else, you already know what to do. Subscribe, drop a comment, and keep coming back because we're just getting started. The story's still being written, and trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next.
Peace.